Hi, I'm Krista Johnson. I want to take a moment to just explain some of the different ways that I use my training stick and string to communicate to my horse. Anytime where I'm doing the lateral up and down movement, I just want the horse to yield whatever body part it's pointing at away from the stick and string. Anytime where I come up behind the horse's hock and push it forward towards their nose, I actually want them to either do an upward transition or to drive more with their hindquarters and drive those hind feet under them more. I also will just kind of swing it back and forth to set certain boundaries. Like right here, he's just got a boundary between us. There's one on his left, one on his right. There's one above him here that he's not imposing on. I'm just using it to set boundaries, to own my space here. I'll demonstrate some of this in motion. I'll see if I can get him to back out of my space. I'll just use that lateral maneuver there. There, I want his nose to go out and away. I can use the up and down motion. He's getting confused because normally I would use a feel on the rope, and I'm kind of sticking to just the training stick right now so I can demonstrate what that means more. I'm just going to pet him with it, make sure he's not worried about anything. That's something else I'll do. But if I'm wanting him to go forward, I want to drive the hock forward up into his nose. There I made a brief contact with him. Normally I'm going to put a feel on the rope first before I do that with him, and he knows that, but for the sake of this demonstration, I'm not. If I point my stick and string up and down towards his hip here, I want his hip to yield away, which it is partially. There it goes. A lot of times when you see people lunging their horses, they'll want them to go faster, whether it be, a trot or a canter, and you'll see them doing this. And next thing you know, the horse's hindquarters are going to the outside. They're pulling on the lunge line, trying to run away, because the horse is actually yielding away from that versus driving the hock forward towards their nose. So I'll show you what he does when I do the typical lunging thing with the stick. So I get him out of my space here. So there's one way I can just up and down yield his barrel out of my space there. So I'll get him trotting first. I'm going to drive the hock towards the nose with my stick. I'll say if I want him to canter, and if I do this, look what my horse does. Eventually, he actually yields his hip away. I'll show the way that I drive forward. I'll back him out of my space again. Now I'm having him yield away from my stick handle there, particularly to move his forequarters out of my space. There he's getting into my space again, so I'm just going to kind of wag my tail here at the stick to set that boundary, saying that's my circle. So to get him to go forward, I'm going to come out behind and drive the hock forward. If I need to use my string, I will. Drive the hock forward. If I do this, he should yield the hip away like so. I stop my feet, so he should come to a stop. Those are just some of the basic ways that I like to use my training stick, just a simple explanation. Thanks for joining us.